Hello everyone. Today let's discuss on 1:n and n:1 relationships with real-time example.
If you remember right, when we are into the sales process, suppose let me go to that. So when we are discussing about the sales process, we are having some relationships. Okay, like if you remember, opportunity is having opportunity products. Okay, and one opportunity will be having multiple codes. So automatically it is taking multiple codes or orders. Whenever we are clicking on button, it is automatically taking you to the relationships. Okay, so but now what we are going to do is we are going to create that relationships, as Microsoft has created these relationships and they have taken some button functionalities. On click of that button, it is automatically entering to other entity. So in the same way we are going to do for our custom entity. So the for the custom app which we created, Lenovo Service Management, now we will create some relationships and we will play with it. Okay, so let us see how we can create the relationships and how we can proceed further. Okay, so for this, first what I'm going to do here is um, so go to the settings. Here in settings, go to advanced settings. Already you are into advanced settings, so go to the solutions. So here you have Lenovo solution, right? So which we created, this is a Lenovo solution. You can open it. So before going here, let me create one more entity. Right now I have companies, employee, and let me take one more entity called employee skill or something. Okay, I'm going to create one more entity. You already know, right, how to create an entity. Go to the entities here, click on new option, go to the click on entity. So now you are creating an entity from inside solution. So it will give LMS underscore. Okay, so here I am giving EMP skills as entity name. Okay, EMP skills, and you can create a entity. You can save it. So now you created one entity called employee skills. Okay, so in employee skills now you can save it, save and close. And if you want to see here, employees skills entity is added, and there will be by default forms it will be created and same structure will be there. And if you want to see the relationships between each other, if you can go to the employee, you can open the employee and you can click on 1:n relationship. So total we are having here relationships is for three types: 1:n, n:1, and n:n. We have three type of relationships. That is 1:n, n:1, and n:n. So these three are the relationship types. Okay. So right now you can see here there are some other related entities are there, but no other entities is having relation. Employees separate entity, employee skills is separate entity, companies is separate entity, and some student is separate entity. So we don't have any relationship between these all, because you created separate individual entities. You didn't created any relationship between each other. Suppose assume, so one company is there, and this company will be having some employees. Okay, and this employee can have suppose employee skills. Okay, so like one company is having multiple employees, and these multiple employees will be having, so one employee can have multiple skills. Here 1 is to n mean, suppose here we can take 1 is to n as company to employees. So here the meaning is company is one company is having multiple employees. Multiple means n, so we can give the relationship as 1 is to n relationship. So 1 will be company and n will be employees. And in the same way, comma, so here you can see, and one employee, assume now one employee can have multiple skills. Okay, one employee can have skill on .NET, and the same employee will be having skills on other technology like MS CRM, or else he can be having a knowledge on JavaScript or Java. So he can be having multiple skill set. So one employee will be having multiple skills. So here one will be employee and n will be skills. Okay, this is how the relationships will be available. So right now I'm going to take some relationship between each other. So let us take one relationship between an company and an employee, or employee and employee skill. So one employee will be having multiple skills. So this is how we can create a relationship. So let us take one relationship between employee and employee skills. Okay, so if you remember, employee is custom entity and employee skills is also custom entity because we created. So if you see here, lms underscore is means it is custom entity. So employee am I opening, and you want to create a relationship. But then how you need to create a relationship? So now if you want to create a relationship, 1 is to n, one where should be the one is company. So from sorry, here this example, let me take employee and employee skills. I want to create a relationship between these two. So one employee will be having multiple skills and one will be the employee, and click on 1 is to n relationship here. So here you need to click on employee 1 is to n, and you see there is no relationship between employee and employee skill. Here related entity, there is no relationship between employee skill. Now you can create one relationship, one to many relationship. So here you see three type of relationships: 1 is to n is to 1, and n is to n. So right now I am going to create 1 is to n. One to many relationship is nothing but 1 is to n relationship. So now you click on 1 is to n relationship, and here employee is the primary entity, and what is the related entity? Related entity will be the employee skill. So here you can select the emp skill entity. So you see here there is emp skills entity I have selected here, and the schema name is this one: employee lms underscore lms underscore employee underscore lms employee skills. So this is the relationship. It will create once it is created. Okay, and here you can give the display name. So what will be the display name? So you are creating employee with employee skills. So whenever you are going to create this relationship, a lookup will be created in the related entity mean. So whenever you are going to create a relationship, always remember a lookup will be created in the related entity. Always whenever you are going to create a relationship, a lookup will be created in the related entity, that is child entity. Okay, so now one you can say as a parent entity, and n you can say as a child entity. Okay, so now display name we can take it as, suppose employee or whatever you want to take it, you can take it as per your wish. You can take it as employee as a related entity. The schema name will be employee. Next, if you see here, this is not display option, these all are fine. Here you see there is a type of behavior. So as I told you, we will be having some relationship behaviors. So I will explain you this type of relationships behaviors later. For now, you just I'm taking referential as a behavior, and you can save and close. So now here you see there is a relationship added, employee skills. Okay, this is a primary entity. is employee and related entity is employee skills. Now relationship is created between employee and employee skills. If you want to cross check in an entity, you can go to here, and as I told you, right, now one will be employee and n will be employee skills. Okay, now you can cross check here. You can come to employee skills and you can click on n is to 1. So if it is in reverse way, 1 is to n is created. In the reverse way, here n is to 1 will be employee skills will be n only. You see in above one, you can take it employee skills is n and employees employees 1. So it is reverse, vice versa. Okay, employee will be 1. So whenever you created a relationship, these two will be automatically created. So 1 is to n and n is to 1. So here you can go to employee skills and click on n is to 1 relationship, and you can see here employee is the primary entity and related entity is the employee skills. Okay, so now 1 is to n is created, and whenever you create this one, as I told you, go to the fields and check for employee skills. So this is, you can see here employee skills is there. A lookup, as I told you, right, a lookup field will be created. Click on type and we will see all lookup fields. So you see here, this is primary. See here, so this is a lookup field. Whenever you created a relationship, as I told you, one lookup field will be created with employee. Okay, so this is the employee lookup field. Yesterday whenever I am discussing about the fields, if you remember, I didn't discuss about the lookup fields. Suppose if you want to create a, two ways are there. One is when you create a relationship, automatically a lookup will be created in the related entity. Or if you want to create a lookup fields, if you are aware of the concept, directly you can go to the n entity. Related entity is the employee skills. So you can go to directly to the forms. So two ways. One way is I created a relationship, automatically a lookup is created. If you want to create a lookup without creating a relationship, directly go to the field, click on new field. So I didn't discuss about this lookup field yesterday, right? So now here you can give lookup in the related entity. In employee skill entity, I need to select this lookup, and here you need to give employee. Okay, here you need to give employee. Then you already, you see here a relationship is created. Two ways you can do it. One is in related entity you can create a lookup, or you can create a relation like a relationship in the relationship behaviors. So both are same. So automatically a relationship will be created when you create a lookup here. Okay, if same name is there, it will not allow me to save it. Okay, so I'm not going to create it, but here I'm showing you the concept. You can create a lookup from here, or you can create a relationship from there. Both are same. Okay, so now I created now relationship between these two entities. Now after creating a relationship, what I need to do? So employee and employee skills is having relationship. So now what I have to do is I need to take one more relationship between employee and company. Okay, company will be one and employees will be many. So if you see here, this is a system entity, which is nothing but an account. I renamed account as companies. Okay, so this is a system entity. So this account will be having multiple relations between other entities because this is Microsoft created one. If you want to cross check 1 is to n relationships, so if you want to see how many relationships are available for this entity, you can click on add subcomponents and you can see the relationships. Because we didn't include it in the solution, so those are not showing here. If you want to cross check, see here all relationships 1 is to n is to 1, all relationships are available with some other entities, and you can see if there is any relationship between the employee. So one company will be having multiple employees, right? um, right now I didn't see any relationship between employee for now, so you can cancel it and you can create your own relationship. Okay, you can create your own relationship between companies and employee. So now you can see here I need to go to either companies, right? This time I will create a lookup in the child entity, and that lookup will be created a relationship between companies and employee. So you can see here I am clicking employee, go to the fields and create a lookup field for company. Okay, I'm going to create a lookup field for company. I'm giving naming as company, and here you can select a lookup field. Here you can select the target type, whatever the target it is there, you can select the target. What is the target? It will be company. So here you are going to select the company entity. So I'm selecting here companies, and see here a relationship between account and company is going to create. Account is nothing but company. Okay, so it is giving schema name, the entity schema name it will give, account is the schema name, and you can click on save and close. In second, this I am now doing this one is to n I am doing for company and employee, and I created a lookup here in child entity. In employee you can see that lookup field is there, I created, right? You can scroll down. See here, a company lookup is created in the child entity, and you can see this relationship behavior will be added in the parent. So this relationship will be available in the company. Okay, if you want to cross check that relationship if it is having or not, you can see in the subcomponents a relationship will be created automatically. Company and employee, there will be some relationship which will be automatically created. Okay, this will take some time to reflect. So but the relationship will be available here. Whenever you create that lookup, it will create a relationship and this will be available, it will reflect in some time. Okay, so once this is done, next we need to, not yet reflected, it will take some time and it will reflect here. Okay, for now there is a relationship between now company and employee. Now we can publish. Once your changes is done, you need to publish the changes, then only it will reflect. So now only two things you did. One is you created relationship between company to employee, and second is employee to employee skills. This is taking time because I did publish all customizations. There is two things, one is publish and second is publish all. So the better practice is every time we should not do publish all customizations. We need to do whatever we have done the changes, we need to select those changes and we need to publish inside the solution. I will show you that, but sometimes we need to do this publish all customizations, but this is not a better practice because if someone else is doing the changes, those changes also will be published. So we need to be very careful before publishing the changes. Right now I did the publish all customization, so it is taking some time. We need to wait till this completes.
Prithvi, hi.
Yeah.
I have one doubt here. See, when we are creating lookup straight away, it will create only one-to-one relationship, right?
Yes. No. If you create n in n entity, if you create a lookup, it will create a relationship as n in child entity and 1 in the parent entity. That
Yeah,
will
but
create
how?
automatically relationship.
Yeah, but how it will decide that it is one and that is n?
That we need to decide. Suppose your company, like you have some business, okay, you reached out, like you are having some structure. Suppose this is employee structure I am following, right? So I need to first create an entities. What are entities I have required and which type of relationships should be there? This will be designed by architect.
Okay,
Okay, architect will design this structure and they will give you entities and they will say, okay, create these relationships between these entities and these entities.
okay,
Okay, or suppose if you are in some architect level and you don't have any architect on the top level, so your team lead or someone will design this structure and they will tell you to create these relationships.
okay,
Okay, and suppose if you are in a team lead position and if you don't have architect, you need to design this. Assume right now I am designing this, right? So in the same way, in later point of time, it is like a 4 or 5 years experience. They will not, like they will not ask you to make it a architect level. Okay, some architect will design and they will give you in general.
okay,
Okay, yeah. So right now I am doing it, right? I am showing you like 1 to n, create this. This is like architect. First I need to design myself and I am going to prepare this. If you habituate from starting, right, so then you will be habituated to have like how the structure will be. You can take one school management system and you can take a structure, student, class, okay, teachers, like this. You can make one structure and you can create on your own. I will give you one example. Based on that, you will understand. Okay. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will give you some structure to prepare, and you can prepare on your own. One structure I will give you. Based on that, you can prepare your own structure. Yeah. So
okay.
now a relationship is created, and we already have those relationships. Now what we need to do? So if you go to the CRM, if you go to the CRM, and you can see, you can open these companies. From companies to employees, I told you, from companies to employees there will be 1:n. If you want to see the relation, now we are into company, and you can see in related entities there are employees. Okay, right now no employees are there. And if you go to the employees, so you see here there is no employee skills added to the sitemap. We created a entity but we didn't add it to sitemap. If you want to see in related, see here, mp details, which is fine. Refresh this page once. So actually by default, whenever you create an company, right, that will be automatically mapped to the employees as well. But we created our custom relationship, so that is fine. I will show you the difference. You see here, employee skills is a related entity, but you didn't add it to a sitemap. If you want to add it to a sitemap, you can add to the sitemap. So you know, right, how to add to the sitemap. Go to the solution, go to model driven apps. We are doing on model driven apps. So click on model driven app, let it load. So here you see model driven app, click on it, double click on this model driven app. So if you want to add to a sitemap, you already know it. So click on this sitemap here. So now here you need to add employee skills. So here you can select this employees and click on add here. So click on add sub area. Under employees, you are going to add employee skills. Select an entity. So these are requirement. Now I have a requirement. I need to add employee skills under employees. Okay, now I will come here. I will select the entity, and here I will select the entity as employee skills. You can select here employee skills and you can save it and then publish. Now you will go to the again app designer. Here you can click on app designer and you can see that entity is added, yes, it is added, employee skills is added. And now what you need to do, you need to save it, publish. Okay, now there are two options. One, here you can play the option, or you need to refresh. Here both are same. If you play, it will take you to the same page. Okay, and if you want to refresh, do control and F5. As I told you, you need to do control and F5. If it is ThinkPad laptop, you need to do function control or function F5. Sometimes you need to hold function and control key and you need to press F5. It will give proper refresh. So you see here now employee skill entity is added. Okay, you can refresh here and see employee skills will be added. Okay, so now you can see there are no employee skills created yet. Okay, let us assume companies. As I told you, there will be some companies we have created here, HCL, HP, IBM, like this. We created some companies. Okay, let us create, yeah, this is fine. So three companies are available here. Now under companies, I am going to create some employee. One company will be having multiple employees, as I told you, right? So let us create some employees. Okay, so let me, so already Krishna and some test is there, right? Let me create an employee here. This employee will be, let us take some names from our, let us take some Suresh. Okay, and here, okay, before creating here, I will add those lookups which I created to the form. So go to the solution. Okay, go to the entities. Right now, go to the company's entity. In one entity, you need to add a subgrid of the child. Okay, because now 1:n is there in company, I need to add a subgrid for the child of employees. Okay, and in the child entity you need to add a lookup. So now the child entity in first scenario is company and employee. Company will be the parent, this is the parent, one will be always parent, and here we need to add the subgrid of childs. Okay, here we need to add the subgrid of child entities, child, subgrid of childs. Here the child is this employees, this is the child entity. Okay, this is the child entity. In this child entity we need to add a lookup field. So already lookup field is created, right? This lookup I need to add to the form, and here we need to add subgrid to the form. So let us see how we can add it. So now I am in the companies entity, so go to the companies and click on forms. So this is a form, right? Whatever I am opening here, this will be a form. Okay, in this form I am going to add a subgrid. So let us see how we can add it. So here company, you need to open this company form. So in company form you are going to add a subgrid. If you remember, whenever I am discussing about insert, I didn't told you about the subgrids. So how now I will tell you what is this subgrid. Let us take any one of the tab in companies. Under details, let me take under details. I'm going to create one tab. Okay, here not the section, I will create one tab. Insert one column tab I am taking. In this tab I am going to take it as employees. So from companies I am going to see the childs of employees. So I am creating employees as a subgrid. Okay, here I'm just changing the label name as employees, and you can click on here. So the tab name is employees, and now in section I need to insert a subgrid. So here you see subgrid. Select the subgrid. After selecting this section, you need to select a subgrid. Here you will give naming convention as employee, yeah, employee info or something like this. I am giving employee or employee info. Okay, so here you can see if you want this name to be populated on the form, you can select it or else you can ignore it. Okay, now only related. Here two options are there. One is only related and second is all record types. Okay, I will show you the difference. First I will take here all record types. Okay, I am taking here all record types instead of only related. Okay, let us see what will be the difference. Okay, here you select the entity. The entity will be I am in employee, right? Oh sorry, yes, I am in company's entity. So here in real in entity, I need to select the child entity. That's what is the child entity? It will be employees. So this is the employees subgrid. I am taking employees. These are the views. I will tell you what are these views. Right now, select this active views. For now, I will tell you what are these later. In when we are into views part, you will understand this better. Right now, I am selecting active employees. Click on OK. There is underscore here. I should not give any gaps. Employee underscore info or something you need to provide like this. Click on OK. And if you want to see the naming convention of this section, you can give this section name as employees. Here I will give employees info as a section name, and you can populate this. In employees info is there. In that subgrid is there. This is the subgrid which we created. If you double click, it will open the subgrid. If you want to see this name on the form, you can see it, else you can ignore this. Okay, so all record types is selected, employees is there, active employees is there. Click on OK. Here come to the home page, save it and publish. Okay, publish. Okay, publish is done. You can save and close. And now you can click on child entity employee, and you can select the forms. As I told you, in child entity I need to add a lookup. In child entity I need to add lookup. Already lookup is created, that I need to add it to the form. So here now you can open the form, main form, in employee, and you can go to the insert. No need of insert, sorry. You can go to the form and you need to create a lookup field, right? Already you see here there will be lookup field created. Employee, currency, company. Here you see company lookup is created. So this company lookup you need to add it to the form. Let us take any one of the I will add in general section. Suppose let us add in not general section. I will add in employee information section. I'm going to take this lookup, take this company lookup, simply drag it here and save it, publish. So first thing is I added a subgrid on the parent entity, and next is I added a lookup on the child entity. Now let us see here. Go to the form, refresh. So in employee information, go to this employee information tab and you see here company lookup is added. Here in this company lookup, I need to select the companies. So you see here, these all are the companies. Okay. If you want to see the same companies, you can click here companies. This will give you the companies list. Whatever is there in these companies, you click on all accounts. These are the views. Whatever I am selecting here, my active accounts will show only my, which are the records created by me. Me means here admin account. Whatever the records created by this admin, this will give you the view of my active accounts. So this I will explain you later what are these views, then you will understand better. Right now just follow this. Just I am selecting all accounts. These are the accounts, total 100 accounts which is created by Microsoft. Some dummy data, these all are some dummy data. Okay, I created, out of this I created some 3 records, that is HCL, HP and IBM. If you want to see here, my active accounts will be, these are the ones which I created. Okay, if you want to go to the employee and you see here, open any one of the record and you see no employees available here. So you see here company, here I can select any one of the company for this Chaitanya record. Suppose if you go to the parent entity of the companies, if you click on any one of the record company and you see here, click on employees. Here there is employee subgrid we added. There are 2 records under this HP. If you open any record, now I am going to, what I am going to do is I am going to create some 2 or 3 employees. Let us create Suresh as one employee and you click on employee information and here I am going to select the company as IBM. Okay, Suresh as IBM, and here I will give some mobile number is mandatory field. So employee name already I have given here Suresh, right? I will just give or save it. Okay, Suresh, like this I have given some information, and if you want to see here I have added a lookup as IBM. So if you click on this lookup, what it will take? It will take you to the company's entity. Okay, this is a parent, and if you want to see the childs of this, click on this employees, you will see the childs. So if you remember, Krishna and test 2 does not belong to this IBM because Krishna is belonging to some other company, but you are getting all information. If you see, Krishna is belonging does not belong to any company, but it is showing in the related. But if you see here, it is showing in the related ones, so which is wrong, because whenever we are selecting here, we should be very careful. Let me close here. If you remember, go to the companies, go to the forms. Why this is showing irrelevant? Because Krishna is not having, only IBM belongs to Suresh. Suresh belongs to IBM, but it is showing under every record. So let us create one more user here. Suppose I am giving Jagadish, okay, and save it. Let me take one company name here for him. Let me take HP and save it. Save it. And now you go to the HP, company HP, and you see the related employees. It will show you all. But in general, only Jagdish belongs to IBM. But all others also listing here, because you can open this form. So if you face any time like this, suppose you give the related ones only, it should show. Then every time select the related only. Don't select always. Here you can open, right? You already added a subgrid, right? Go to the subgrid. Okay, go to the subgrid. Here you can see the subgrid. This is the where we added this in account under this project assets. Here I added an employee subgrid. You can double click and you can open it. Okay, now you see here I have selected all record types. This is the reason it is showing all. Here you need to select the related records only. Whatever is related to that, you need to select that related records. The better practice is every time you select this only related record types. Okay, and after you change this, remember this also you need to change. Here you need to change to employees only, right? So select here employees, and you see here active employees, which is fine. So only related records, employees and active employees I am selecting. Click on OK. Now you can save it and publish. I'm telling you here negative scenario also. Okay, if something goes wrong for you and you are seeing like this, just come here and select the subgrid and change this behavior to only related. And now you refresh. After publishing, you can refresh here. Now go to the related employees. After refreshing, now it will show only one company under him. See here, only one Jagdish is belonging to this HP company. Okay, if you go to Suresh, then it will show. If you go to IBM company, only Suresh will be showing under this IBM. If you go to the employees, you see here only Suresh will be available, because if you open this Suresh, it will show you IBM here. If you go to employee information, and he belongs to IBM. So in child entity, you are seeing the lookup, only one you can see, and in the parent entity, how many related are there? You can see all the related records. Suppose let us create some 2 or 3 employees. Suppose Suresh and I am taking Jyoti. Suresh and Jyoti are belonging to company name is IBM. Suppose Suresh and Jyoti are belonging to IBM company. Let me save it, and I will create one more employee. See here, new button. Click on new button. Again, you can create one more employee, and next we will give Rama. and next HP. So next Jagdish and Rama are belonging to HP company. Let me save and close. Okay, now you can cross check. Go to the employees. How many employees are there? Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 employees are there. Out of the 6 employees, you can see here, if you open Jagdish, it will show him Jagdish belonging to which company? HP company. Like this, you can see individually. Or else, if you want to see under HP companies, how many employees are there? Under HP company, there are 2 employees. One is Jagdish and second is Rama. Okay, and if you click on again company IBM, Suresh and Jyoti belonging to the IBM company. So this is how a relationship we need to create, and we need to add a subgrid, and we need to add a lookup. Here we can see all information here itself. So like this I need to add. Suppose there is another way. If you want to add employee under this company, so open the company first, click on it. Suppose let me take HCL. Okay, I opened this company. I need to add some employees, so you can click here employees. There is an option for you here, subgrid. I have added, right? In this subgrid you can create employee. Click on new employee here directly, so it will give you this new employee here. So if you remember yesterday, like we created this quick create, right? It is showing here. Let us give some names. Okay, let us give Krishna and Ram. Okay, I am taking Krishna. Krishna is already there, right? So let us take some other name, Ram, and Yashwant I will take. So Ram, you can save and close. So see here, Ram employee is added under HCL, and I want to add one more employee, Ashwant. Okay, and Ashwant also belonging to HCL. So 2 employees belonging to HCL now. If you want to cross check employees, see here, employees are created, Ram and some Ashwant. Okay, and these two both belongings to this company. Okay, you can come here, and if you want to add some employee under IBM, let us add employees, and Sai Kumar I am adding here itself. In IBM I am adding Sai Kumar and Sai Ketan I will add. Okay, Sai Kumar and Sai Ketan belongings to IBM company. If you want to cross check here employees, go to employees. You can open any Sai Kumar or Sai Ketan, and you see automatically lookup will be added here as IBM. Okay, so whenever you are creating from there, that lookup will be selected here, or if you select lookup here, automatically this will add to the company. Okay, any doubts till here?
Yeah, Prithvi, I have one doubt. We are creating
Yes.
lookup. It's
Yeah.
automatically creating lookup. Why it is not automatically create subgrid? What is the reason
No,
behind?
that is the behavior that we need to add it. That is the application behavior.
Okay.
Because if you don't want subgrid, right, some requirements will be I don't want subgrid, but in backend it should be happen, and you want to see in advanced find only. Okay, in front UI, right? This is UI. Some
Yeah.
requirements will be I should not show it on the front end.
Okay.
Okay, I don't want lookup to be added, but some subgrid I need to show it here. Then we need to add it manually. This is the behavior we need to do it. These all are development activities.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other doubts? Okay, so then I will continue. So right now we just created a relationships, okay, between the parent entity and the child entity. And if you see here, employee is having some employees, and if you want to create some employee skills, suppose one employee is having multiple skills, I said you, right? Then I need to add employee skills as, so this is general. This employee skills is just a field, but I created a relationship, right? So if you see this employee skills, no employee skills is added. If you want to add some employee skills for, suppose let us take one employee, any one of the employee, let us take some employee Suresh, and for this Suresh I want to give some employee skill. So Suresh is skilled in, suppose here I am taking new skill map. If you see, it is taking to this page. So let us first create some skills. If you want to first create some skills and later on you need to map it, then that is also fine. First add some skills. So So let us take some .NET 7 close, create one more, some PHP 7 close, next HP, you can create it 7 close. So here also again the same concept applies. Suppose if you want employee skills, see here now 1:n is 1 is employee, n is skills. Now what we need to do, n is skill, right? So in n entity, child entity, I need to add a lookup. So where I need to add a lookup, in employee skills. I need to add a lookup in employee skills now. So now n will be employee skills. Go to the employee skill entity, close this, go to the forms, minimize this, go to employee skills entity, next go to the forms, open this main form. Here you can see the field employee lookup, simply drag it to here. So now we add employee lookup to the child entity, save it, publish it. If you see it here, right now we don't have on the form, right? We are just having only name. That's why I'm giving name. Now I am going to add lookup. Then see here only name and owner is there. We didn't have lookup. Now I added one lookup field in the child entity. So save and close. Now next what I need to do in the parent entity. What is the parent entity now? Now the parent entity will be employee. Okay. For skills, the parent will be employee, and for employee, the parent will be company. So this is the structure. Now I am going to create in one entity, I am going to create a subgrid. So now in employee entity, I need to add a subgrid of child. So what is the employee entity? I need to go to now employee entity, go to the forms, open the main form, and now you can click on insert. Here subgrid will be there, right? Go to the take any one of the section and we will add this subgrid. Okay. Under employee details, I will add subgrid. Here insert. Again here there will be subgrid. I need to include here subgrid. Okay, before adding subgrid, let me create one tab. Okay, here one column tab I will take. In this tab I will give naming as so this is subgrid for employee skills. So just take it as employee skills. Click on OK, and what happened? Tab name is employee skills, right? So take here as label name also. This one employee underscore skills I will give as name. Okay, employee skills as this one, and in this select this section and click here subgrid. Now in this subgrid I want to take employee skills subgrid, right? So employee skills subgrid name, and display it on the form if you want to display, or else let me display it now, and click on only related records. Here employee skills is correctly selected and active employee skills is fine. So now you can click on OK. Okay, it is saying underscore, right? Here naming convention, it is expecting some underscore or something because it should not be with spaces. So now you can click on OK, click on home button, again save it and again publish it. Okay, you can, after publishing, you can save and close, go to the form, just refresh this page. So you can see here, you can select for this .NET who is the resource, we can add it here. Suppose Suresh is skilled on .NET, you can select this Suresh here. Okay, now you can go to the employees and open the Suresh record and go to the employee skills, and you can see .NET is added to him. Okay, for now let me create some other technologies. PHP is added, next is SQL I am taking, 7 close, take some Java. Okay, in Java also I am selecting some okay, let me don't select anything, and I will take MSCRM. Now I am selecting again Suresh here. So .NET and Suresh is aware on .NET as well as what is the other one I selected, .NET and MSCRM. Okay, next I will create some Python or something. So I'm selecting some technologies. Okay, Python, Let me take here Salesforce, some Azure. So this data will be helpful for us later. So Azure, some Power BI. Okay, some these are all the skills. Okay, some skills are some technologies. Now go to the employees. As for Suresh, I have taken .NET and MS CRM. So if you click on employee skills, see here .NET and MS CRM belonging, like he is aware on these two skills. So every employee will be having some skill. Suppose open any one of the record. Suppose open Jagdish, and suppose if you want some skills to be added, no need to select their lookup. Here you can add new employee skills, and here you can create. Already Jagdish is selected, right? In this lookup, here you need to give that whatever the skill is there, you can add some new skill. Or if you add suppose some new skill, let us take Azure I have added, right? So now we will give DevOps. I didn't create it there, but I am creating now as DevOps. Now this person Jagdish is skilled on DevOps. Now you see DevOps will be included here. Okay, so if you want to go to the employees again and open Jagdish, and if you want to add any existing skill of him, so in skills you need to go and click here add existing skills. See here multiple existing skills are there. Suppose assume he is skilled on SQL and he is skilled on Power BI as well as he is skilled on Azure. I can add all these three together and here it will be added for him. So now Jagdish is part of can is aware on these four skills. So like this I can add some employee skills here. So basically Jagdish will come here and he will see, okay, these four are the skill sets for him. So if anyone come here who is having access, and I need to check, suppose what are the skills suppose Sai Kumar is having, I need to check here. So Sai Kumar doesn't have any skill set for now. Okay, if I want to see the skill set of Jagdish, I will come to Jagdish and I will see what are the skills he is having, and then I can cross check here. Okay, he is having some Azure knowledge, and I will take him into my like I can take him to the project, or I can use him for Azure operations. So like this is the way, like here this system will be helping me to get all the skills of that related employee.